Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 156 of What Does This Button Do? It's an educational show about smartphones and tablets with us, Geeks on Tour. What did I do? Somebody's got to run this thing. All right, today's beginner lesson is scanning documents to PDFs. But first, Chris has a quick tip. What do you have there, Chris?
It might take me just a tiny bit more than a quick, because I just realized I haven't shown much about Google Photos and how you can search. So that's my quick tip, is just how to search your pictures if you use Google Photos for all your pictures. You can search by date, you can search by people, places, the camera that took the photo, or the contents of the photo. And I'm going to show you. I think I'll do it on the phone. So I go into Google Photos, and here's all my photos, but right up at the top, and I have over 60,000 of them. And I can see any one of those 60,000 from my phone, even though this phone didn't take them. So searching for date. My favorite date is July 4, 1998.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because that's when we got married. And we had a kind of unconventional wedding. We were on a water taxi here in Fort Lauderdale. And that's all I had to do is type July 4, 1998. And out of my 60,000 photos, it shows the day that we got married. And notice we wore our little geek hats all the way back then. Okay, people. Now you may already know that in the albums area, Google automatically recognizes faces and groups them together. And that you can get from here. But if you identify them, notice Google doesn't know who this person is or who that person is. But if you do and you add their name, now you can search. And notice it even recognizes pets. So this was our dog, Odie. And there I have named myself with first and last name and Jim with first and last. So let's see how that works. Just in my photos, using search, I can search for Chris Gould. That would show you all of me, but get this. I can search and Odie. And that will bring up just photos that have both me and Odie in the photo.
Cool.
I do think that's pretty cool. Okay. And by the same token, I can say Chris Gould and Jim Gould. And then you just see pictures that have the two of us in the photo. But once again, just remember, you can only do that if you have taken the time to name the people in the automatic people albums. Places. I like to look for Mount Rushmore. We've been there a few times over the years. Mount Rushmore. And this can be done on any mobile device or on the computer as long as you're on Google Photos. And so here, out of my 60,000 photos, I'm just seeing the ones of Mount Rushmore, both from 2004 and from 2013. So that's places. Or you can combine this too. So I can say Chris Gould in Italy. And that will show just the pictures of me in Italy on our trip last year. Another one you can do is what camera. Now, Jim has this special camera that is a Samsung.
Right.
Most of the photos in my photo album, in my Google Photos, were taken with my iPhone 7. But if I want to see pictures that he took, I can search for Samsung. Now, what I'm going to see is I have a Samsung phone also. I don't take anywhere near as many pictures with it because it's an old one. But specifically what I'm looking for is he took some really cool pictures because of the waterfall setting.
Oh, yeah. It has a neat waterfall setting on that camera.
So I can, if I go in and find the exact name, it's Samsung EKGC200 is actually, and I can search for that, EKGC200, and find just the ones of his. But I can also just type Samsung waterfalls, and I'll betcha I'll come right up. There's some waterfalls that he definitely took with his, but here's the one I was looking for.
What a pretty picture.
Yeah. Notice the soft water. And that is because of the waterfall setting. It's not on the camera.
Right.
Right.
It's on the camera.
And last, you can search by what's in the photo. And all of this is powered by Google's artificial intelligence. So I can type kayak, and it will find all the pictures that have a kayak in it. I did not do any tagging for any of this to happen. Now, it might be finding something by words I typed in, but not necessarily. So it's finding all of these because Google Photos has learned what a kayak looks like. Now, it's not always right. I mean, I don't see a kayak in that picture, do you? But something about a shape it sees.
Yeah, it could be a kayak shape in there somewhere.
And once again, this is something you can combine. I can say kayak in Venice. One of our very favorite days ever. We did when we were in Venice last year.
We kayaked the canals of Venice, the Grand Canal even. It was fun.
And that's out of 60,000 pictures, once again. Yeah, so there's the Grand Canal. Way cool. Or you can search for beer.
I'm getting ready to search right now.
And it does recognize what a glass of beer looks like. But what I really like is beer in Belgium.
Got to be my favorite beer too.
And this was when we were with our friends Phil and Tracy and they took us to Belgium. And that's it. I mean, there's certainly lots more, but that is all the different ways. And there might even be more that I just didn't think of right now. Whatever you can think of that you want, try searching for it.
Right.
Oh, things like hugs and smiles and sky.
And you really don't have to search. You can just find.
Okay. You will find.
You have to search first.
Well, they do automatic albums for all these things, but I find it easier just to search for what I want. And that doesn't put it in any kind of permanent structure. You are just searching and it's showing you the answer to your search.
Very cool. I don't see any questions. I see Warren and Steve and Bill and Karen are here. Anybody else want to chime in?
Steve is out. Great.
Yeah.
You got my message maybe that we are doing this subject due to your suggestion.
That's right.
Great.
Well, hi, everyone. I'm Jim, and here together with my wife, Chris, we are Geeks on Tour. Do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? And do you have questions about your Android or your iPad? And how do you learn about these amazing devices?
Well, we are geeks, propeller heads, who teach. And we think the best way to learn is with different subjects all the time on a regular basis. So that's why we come up with this weekly show called What Does This Button Do? We pick a different topic each time, and go into a little bit of depth on that, always trying to keep the beginner in mind. We try not to assume any knowledge on the part of our viewers. So
that's why we do this, so we can learn.
Oh, absolutely. Man, did I learn a lot this week. This was so cool. Thanks, Steve, for suggesting that.
Yeah, that was a good one, right?
Yeah.
So, Chris, where are we now?
We're home.
Yeah.
We're in our real studio, in our home studio. You can probably see by the green screen stuff behind us. But last week, I was out at Google, and it's pretty exciting stuff. Google flew over 600 of us, called product experts, from all over the world. And we were just together for 2 days. And during that 2 days, we had speakers from Google. We met with some of the product teams. And of course, we partied and got to know each other, our fellow experts from around the world. So many people, so little time. I barely got into it before it was all over. But I loved it. This is my 3rd year doing this. We used to be called top contributors. It has been rebranded now, and product expert, a lot easier to explain to people.
Yes.
So how did I become a product expert? Just by visiting the Google Photos forum, the official Google forum, and answering questions. And you can do the same. If you have a Google product that you really like, you're good at it, and you like helping others, you can just sign up to be a Google product expert. And if you prove yourself over answering questions, I'll see you in Google headquarters next year.
Cool. All right.
Oh, and one of the special things, I met people from the blogger team who are based in Sydney, Australia.
Oh, we're going to go to Sydney this year.
And we hope to see them again. Hope to visit the Google headquarters in Sydney next January.
That should be really cool.
Okay.
Now?
Ready?
All right.
Beginner's lesson, scanning documents to PDF file. No, you don't have to buy a printer scanner. You can do it with your phone. And thanks to our member, Steve Ezel, for suggesting this topic. Really, I learned a lot. I didn't realize new things that had come about since the last time I needed to scan something. First, what is a PDF and why do you need it? PDF stands for Portable Document Format. And it was a format created by Adobe called Adobe Acrobat. And portable document format means it is a format that can be read on any device, regardless of the operating system or the screen size. All you need is a PDF reader, an Adobe Acrobat reader, and that is completely free. And most computers and other devices these days come with it built in. So you just don't even know that it's using some software to open the PDF. And it maintains all formatting. It's not easily modified. So it is the format of choice if you have a document and you just need a digital copy of it. It will look exactly the same, regardless of the fonts in there, regardless if there's drawings or writings and text. So PDF, portable document format. And you can make them just using your phone. Now, sometimes I just use the camera. I take pictures of documents.
All the time.
All the time. Like when we're somewhere that there's a map of the location, or when I was at the Google event, I took a picture of the list of the schedule, and that's often just fine. But realize that photo will be stored in your camera roll, in your gallery, and maybe you don't want document pictures. Using your phone with an app that will scan will create a digital document that then you can store in folders on your computer or in cloud storage services. And that's where you can just keep all your receipts and details for your tax returns.
Yeah, you can organize it however you want.
And there are lots and lots of apps.
Oh boy.
If you just search for scanning apps
You'll find hundreds.
In your Play Store, App Store, you find hundreds. But we're here to tell you, you don't even need a dedicated app. You might be surprised at what comes with your phone. On the iPhone, we're going to show you how Notes can do it. And on the Android, the Drive can do it. What's a fax machine?
Fax machines have been around forever, it seems. And for a while there, they were the de facto tool for communications for businesses. But now fax machines are pretty much antiques. And, you know, when we as travelers are asked to fax something, it's like, well,
what do I do?
I don't have a fax machine. So
I actually remember before fax machines.
No, you don't. Fax machines have been around a lot longer than you have.
Well, commercially in use.
Oh, okay.
Once they came down in price enough that normal people could buy them, they took off like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And now they are totally unnecessary.
Right.
And especially because there are apps that will approximate faxing. I have used, when somebody told me specifically I had to fax this to them, I created a PDF and I used this faxzero.com to send a fax for free. And eFax also does that. These are online services. Now, you also can scan documents to digital format with real machines, scanners, but there's really very little that they can do that you can't do with your phone. But I did see this Epson Workforce that says it will do 2 sides at once.
Wow.
Yeah, that would make it faster if you had a bunch of paper, and you can
two-sided.
If you had 2-sided, right, and a bunch of loose papers, because you can just feed them.
Right.
You can just pile them all up there and walk away, and it will scan them all for you
to a file. They
also
not cheap though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look at that. $350, $250 for that little portable Neat one. And Neat has a phone app that costs $90 to $150 a year.
Wow.
Now, if you really have, if you are tasked with taking 2 filing cabinets full of documents, and it's your job to scan every document in there, I would get a scanner.
Oh yeah,
I would get a machine.
That's take pictures of all these things, and you'd be there. Yeah,
it might even be pretty easy to just take your phone and snap, but you're not always guaranteed that it's going to be good quality. It's so easy to shake your phone a little bit when you take the picture.
Get a little fuzzy.
So a real scanner is still good if you need dependable quality and you have a lot to do. Can a PDF document be edited? Historically, the answer has always been no.
No, that was one of the big reasons to have PDFs in the beginning, is so that you could share a document and the recipient couldn't make any changes to it.
Yeah. And it's still better than sending them a Word file. A Word file, they could accidentally change it.
Or delete stuff out of it. Yeah. Easily.
Yeah. So a PDF is still less editable than word processing files. But as you'll see, some of the apps and even Google Drive, this is the thing I learned that just blew me away, can edit a PDF. Okay, so we're ready for a demo. And since this is just kind of hard to show in live, I made a couple of videos last night. So for sure, I want them to see how you use the Notes app in your iPhone to scan a document to PDF.
$539.
That's $539. Hi, this is Chris Gold with Geeks on Tour. And I have this 4-page document that was emailed to me for signature. I needed to print it out, sign it, then I need to scan it and create a PDF file to send it back. I'm going to do that with my iPhone and the Notes app that comes right with every iPhone. First, you need to put your paper on a contrasting background. Then you just open up the Notes app, tell it you want to start a new note, and then the little plus here, it's kind of hidden. The plus allows you to scan documents. Position the document in the view. You got to get it up so that it can see the entire document. And notice it does this yellow outline and it takes the picture for you. You don't have to do anything. Ready for next scan. So I turn the page over and it does the next one. Ready for next scan. And the 4th page. So this is making a 4-page note. But in Notes, there's 2 steps. So it says save 4. It's taken 4 pages. I save 4. But this isn't a PDF yet. For that, I have to say done at this point, and then you use the share button and tell it you need to create a PDF. So the first 4 pages is just a note file. Create a PDF, and it does it. Now I need to email that. I tap the share, I tap email, and that has been attached. That PDF file has been attached to this email. Pretty handy.
Yeah, pretty cool.
And that's relatively new, the note capability. I think it came out with iOS 11. And one thing in my demo there, I was using the default setting where it snapped the picture automatically. If you don't like that, there is a set, you should see the word auto. Yeah, let me. So here I am in Notes on my iPhone, and I tap the little plus and scan a document. And now up in the upper right, you see where it says auto. That's what made it take the picture automatically. If you tap on auto, it now says manual. So if you don't like it taking it automatically, you can set it to manual, and then you will have to snap the photo.
Yeah.
And I think we have time. I'd like to show the Dropbox one also. So that is using built-in Notes app on your iPhone to scan documents and make PDFs. I kind of like using Dropbox because Dropbox is where all our files are stored anyway. So here's a video, number 540.
This time I'm going to take a 1-page document that I just want on file. I keep most of my files online in Dropbox. Dropbox on my iPhone can scan this page and keep it in my Dropbox files. You want it on a contrasting background. Then I open the Dropbox app on my iPhone. I tap the plus to create a new file, and then scan document. Get it? So I see the whole thing on the screen. Notice the blue outline, and it's gone ahead and taken the picture for me. Now I just tap next. This is a PDF file. I tap next, and I can give it a file name. So, Road Trek Weight Report. And done. Now I can tell it what folder I want to put it in. And I have its insurance and other legal docs. I like that. Or I could choose a different folder and save it. So now that report
is in my Dropbox folder, which is accessible to me on all my devices.
Pretty cool.
I think so. And if you only do something once in a while, you don't want to have to use an app that you only use once in a while.
You might not even know how to remember that you have it.
Right. So if an app that you already use, such as Dropbox or Notes, can do what you need, that's the way I do it.
Okay. And do that one.
Okay. So now for Android. On Android, I also use the Dropbox app. So video 537 for using Dropbox. Hi, this is Chris from Geeks on Tour, and this tutorial video is about using an Android phone to scan paper documents and make a PDF. Now, sometimes just taking a photo would be good enough, but I really don't want this in my photos. If you do a lot of scanning, you probably want a dedicated app. But I just do it occasionally. I want to use something that I already have. I'm going to use two. I'm going to use Dropbox and I'm going to use Google Drive to scan these two documents. One of them is a single sheet, and I just need this document in my online folder of important papers. This one is a 4-page document that I got in an email, and the sender needed it signed and sent back. So those are the two reasons for scanning. Step one is put the paper on a contrasting background. So I'm putting the paper on black here, and then I'm going to use Dropbox. Dropbox is where we keep most of our important papers. So and what you do is when you get there, you want to add a document. So it's just you click the plus, and then you have lots of choices as the type of document you can make in Dropbox. I'm going to choose Scan Document. And now I don't even have to touch anything. Notice how it is giving a blue outline around the document. It is finding the edges. And when it's satisfied that it has the edges, it takes the picture. And there I have, and it is in PDF format. I'm done. I don't have another page to add, so just tap the arrow. I give it a name, and this is Road Trek Weight Report, and it's in PDF format. Check mark. And then it wants to know what folder to save it in. And the last time I did one, it was in these travel documents, and that is the one I want. So I'm done.
Yep.
And once again, the fact that it takes the shot automatically is an option. You tap where it says auto, and you can change it to manual.
All right.
Want to do?
Up to you.
Okay. It's a really short one. And then I want to show, so yes, I want to show number 538 too.
38.
Yep. Hi, this is Chris from Geeks on Tour, and this tutorial video is about using an Android phone to scan paper documents and make a PDF. This one is a 4-page document that I got in an email, and the sender needed it signed and sent back. So Google Drive has this cool widget. If you don't know about widgets, see episode 139 of our What Does This Button Do? And it will automatically create the PDF and put it into my Google Drive in the scans folder. So there's the widget right there. And I just get the page in the screen and then tap the button. And notice how it's straightened it up and made it pure black and white. But now I have 3 more pages. So instead of check, I need to tap the plus. Get that in. You need to make sure that you have all the edges visible. That's the second page. Plus. And get the third page. Plus. And get the fourth page. Now I can tap the check mark. And because I used the widget, your one file is automatically being uploaded to the scans folder. So now to get this back to the person who sent it to me, I open up email, start a new email, address it, and then you tap the attachment and insert from drive. My drive, and we need the scans folder. And there is the one I just did. And it's now that PDF file, the 4-page PDF file is now attached to this email, and I can send it. So I used Google Drive to scan documents to PDF files.
Excellent. All right, let's see. Questions? I don't see any here. But Steve does mention that PDF versions of images in black and white are much smaller than the photos and are usually easier to read, clearer.
So true.
So true.
I took a photo of one of the pages and it was like 7 megabytes, whereas the PDF of the same page was a couple hundred kilobytes. So huge difference, and especially on multiple pages.
Cool. Ready?
I got to show them how you can edit it in Drive.
Okay.
Okay. So here I am on my computer, and here is my Drive and the scans folder, and God, it's so easy to slip and do that. The scans folder, and here's the document was scanned. Now this is a PDF. No, I can't just click in here and edit. But if I open with Google Docs, it takes a couple seconds because it's doing an OCR, an optical character recognition, on that scanned documents. And when it comes up, it will be editable. So for example, here, if I wanted my name to be Christine.
Wow.
That really does blow me away. I mean, all for free. Okay, I'm done.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right, so we're ready for our app of the week. My app of the week this week is Cam Scanner. You can send scan docs anywhere. So we've been talking about all of these scanners and all of these apps. And this is the app that I came up with. It's been around for a long time, and I've used it several times over the years. And it's available for Apple and Android. And it just is a cool app. It will actually store files for you in the cloud too. They have 3 versions, and there's a free version, and then there's a pro version, and then there's a business version. The pro version is about $5 a month, and then the business version is closer to $10 a month. But for most people, you don't need anything more than the free. So you can auto enhance the image quality, and it'll do OCR, this optical character recognition. So if you don't have Google Drive, or you don't want to use that, and you have, you want something else, a little bit more full featured, you can use our app of the week, Cam Scanner.
Well, I think it kind of like automatically files them, right? And that.
Yeah. but it has optical character recognition for the searching. By default, for free version, you get 200 megabytes of cloud space, although you have a folder on your device that will also save these things. And you can sync those docs with your registration. You can sync those docs across smartphones, tablets, and computers, or you can use another storage like Dropbox, OneDrive, Box, all of these, Evernote. You can upload all of those files there. And collaboration. I haven't used collaboration on it myself, but it says it can do that. So, and you can even put customized watermarks on your docs so they know where they came from.
The automatic OCR for search is
pretty amazing.
Pretty cool. Yeah. What that means is it sees the image of words and figures out the actual words, optical character recognition, and you can then search by the contents of your document.
Yeah. Pretty amazing. All right. Well, Chris, we want you to see our website for Geeks on Tour. Let's see if I can see. Yeah, there it is right there. That's our live web. Oh, that's not live. That's live there. So our website, we want you to visit our weekly class menu and scroll down. You can see all of these shows, and it's really handy to have.
That's where you can find episode 139 if you want to learn how to install that Google Drive scan widget. I love that one. That is my go-to way for scanning.
Okay. And we do invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you subscribe at our YouTube channel, Geeks on Tour TV, or just go to YouTube and search for Geeks on Tour. Remember to subscribe and then hit that little bell. There's a bell there, and you'll get notified whenever we go live or whenever we add something to the YouTube channel. Well, did you learn something? I know I did. It's always fun.
I think that's where another one of the question slides needs to go before we do review questions, because then we're at the end. So check and see if there's any questions.
All right. Wow, changing PDFs with Google Docs. So Robin found out something new. Cool.
That was the one that wowed me this week.
And Bill wants to know, Chris, will you have a report of your Google week?
I might write up something in an article on our website and for our next newsletter, but generally no. I mean, anything really unique that I learned, we are under non-disclosure. So what is it? I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you. And besides that, it was just a whirlwind. My favorite part was meeting the director of the Google Photos, David Lieb. Really, really like him.
Okay. Warren says PDFs count against usage. You can save the doc and delete the PDF.
Oh, so you're sneaky. Okay, so what he's talking about, in your Google Drive, you have 15 gigabytes of free storage. And a PDF, since it is not a native Google Drive file type, uses up that. If you use native Google Drive docs, they don't count. Just like Google Photos in high quality do not count against that 15 gigabytes. So he's saying, okay, if you scan a PDF and then turn it into a doc, then delete the PDF. I say you're being sneaky. Those PDFs aren't very big.
No. But if you're getting close on your storage,
close, yeah,
that's a good point. Steve says Easy PDF Reader allows layers to be added to your PDF, and you can add anything you want to a PDF.
Ah, interesting.
Easy PDF Reader. I haven't
Easy
used that.
PDF.
Now, is that? I wonder if that's on an app or is that? On
yeah, I think I've seen Easy PDF.
Okay, there are so many. We looked at a bunch of them this week, and I just decided to settle on something that I already knew a little bit about, because wow, there is so much out there. All right, ready for review questions. What does the P stand for in .pdf?
Portable. Portable document format, meaning it can be seen on any different type of device
Pretty
and
cool.
operating system.
True or false? You must install a dedicated scanning app on your phone in order to scan documents.
False. And there's even another automatic way on the Android that doesn't take any app at all. You just print to PDF.
All right. True or false? There are still some situations where buying a scanning machine is warranted.
True, but I don't know anybody that needs one.
Yeah, some real businesses probably do.
If you have a lot of scanning to do.
Not so much for us anymore. Can a PDF file be edited, Chris? No. Only if you buy the Adobe Acrobat software? C, yes, if your scanning app performs OCR. Or D, yes, if you use Google Drive to scan and then open it in Google Docs. Trick question.
C and D.
Okay.
And it used to be B, and Adobe Acrobat software was not cheap.
That's right.
And yeah, it used to be that you had to do that.
The tools that are used to create the PDFs and to edit, it's, pretty
Now it's
expensive.
still,
The reader was always free.
Right. Even if you use the Google Drive method that I showed you, it behooves you to read through the document carefully because some things do not OCR
Nicely.
correctly.
I scanned a government tax form, and the OCR worked, but it did not put it in things in the right places and that kind of stuff using the CAM scanner. It got all the information, but it didn't have it in the same, didn't look the same.
And I noticed in the Google Drive one, the signatures were gone. Another place where there was writing, though, it OCR'd the writing.
Did it do a good job then?
But Jim came out NIM. So, no.
No? Okay.
Not something you generally want to do.
All right. Once you scan a document to PDF format, you can A, email it, B, print it, C, save it, D, fax it, or E, all of the above.
All of the above. Anything you can do with any kind of digital file, you can do with a PDF.
Oh. Well, Chris, what's the webpage that lists all of our weekly shows?
Geeksontour.com is our website. Our weekly shows are on the menu item called Weekly Class.
And how about the webpage that lists all of our recent newsletters?
Our monthly newsletters are all archived, all 10, 12 years worth of them in the blog's news. Now, if you sign up for the newsletter, you will also get a weekly newsletter a weekly lesson, I call it. You get a weekly lesson which recaps the past week's show or gets a rerun if we didn't do a live show. So you will get a technology lesson every week if you sign up for our newsletter. And we've been doing a monthly newsletter for 12 years.
All right. Why do people pay $58 a year to join Geeks on Tour?
Because they like to learn. And this is a great way to do it from the comforts of your home. To ask questions on our Q&A page. That is for members only. And then to gain access to hundreds of tutorial videos, learning guides, and our ebooks. You get the written notes from these shows. The more of these shows we do, the more I depend on looking at those written notes for seeing what we've covered.
And to say thank you for all the free training they get.
That's our favorite.
We think so. All right. Next time, we're going to have a live show. Well, maybe not. Probably not. We have some other things going on next week. Next live show topic, well, we're not sure. Stay tuned. But if you have an idea for topic and we want to hear about your ideas, leave a comment on this YouTube video or on our page anywhere on Facebook.
Like this topic this week was because of a member's request.
Right.
Thanks again, Steve.
Okay. Well, that's it for this week. I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
And we are Geeks on Tour. What does this button do?
Keep pushing those buttons. It's the only way you find out. Don't believe me. Just push the button yourself and see what happens.
All right. Well, thanks so much. And we'll see you next time.
What does this button do?
Don't touch that button. Leave me alone.
I know how to